So today we'll go over a few topics. First of all, we'll go over how to write a research article, very similar to writing a research report. Then we'll go about critical review of a research report, yeah, a research paper. Sorry. So writing a scientific article or paper. Okay. What are the steps involved in it, and how do you go about it? Now, I'll just list them out. They are very similar to how you write a report. Okay, pretty much the same. It will be a little more research intensive. Okay, than how you write a report, and it will be with more content as such. Now, see, the first thing will be you have to prepare figures and tables. Now, before writing a scientific paper, we are assuming that you have already done a lot of research about a particular topic. Let's suppose you are performing a study, then you have already performed the study, you've got the results. And if you are just reading several articles and you are compiling those articles, in the sense that sometimes, see, research articles can be divided in two ways. There can be proper uh, scientific articles can be divided into ways. They can be either research articles or they can be review articles. Research article का मतलब ये है कि you yourself are, as a researcher, are performing research. You are going to a hospital or you are going to a lab and performing experiments, and you are noting down the what you call results of your experiment. That will be a research paper. ठीक है. Review paper का मतलब क्या है? Let's suppose there are around 10 different papers on one particular topic. 10 different people have done research on one particular topic. Your review paper will basically compile all of that data and you will present that data. Okay, X person has done this, A person has done this, B person has done this, C person has done this, D person has done this, and I am giving my review on that topic, what I think of the data that they have presented, which is most credible, and things like that. That will be a review paper. Okay. In either of those cases, you have already done the background information, you have read all those papers, or you have performed your experiment in the hospital or in the lab, or you have run your study. Basically, you've done the background content. Uske baad, you are sitting down to write a paper. Now, before writing a paper, you have to sort out what all components of paper are present. Okay. So the first and foremost will be figures and tables. Note down or write down where you are, what all figures that you are going to use and what all tables are you going to use, and number them. Okay. All the figures, all the tables, all the illustrations should be numbered. Okay. You sometimes you will also have a different index altogether, just for figures and just for tables. Okay. Tabular index and figure ki index बोल dete. Then write the methods. Write the methods. Okay. This will basically include the methodology. What methods have you used? What study design have you used? How you have performed the study? What type of subjects did you use? What experiment you ran? Things like that. Okay. Where you ran it? For how long you ran the experiment? All of that data will come under methodology. Then write the results. Write the results. Okay. What results did you get out of your study or experiment? Okay. If you are performing a review, then you'll write the result of your review. Okay. Then write the discussion. Now discussion में आप you'll finalize the results, and you'll basically see, before you write the intro, it is very important that you finalize the results and you finalize discussion. Because if you want to write a few concepts about what you are going to explain in the article, let's suppose you are writing about one particular drug and its effect in a certain population, right? Let's suppose you are creating some X drug. There is an experiment about some X drug in AIDS patient. Okay. Before you write the introduction, you need to know how this study has ended. So you need to finalize the results of that study, whether or not that X drug was helpful, in what category that X drug was helpful, or in what category that X drug was not helpful, all of that. So your results and discussion of those results, how those results can be applied, okay, that will be discussion. वो पूरा आप पहले कंफर्म कर लेना, you have to finalize all of that before you can write the introduction to any article. Okay, because see, you cannot show the significance of your work if discussion
Right.
is insufficient. Okay, if you do not have a sufficient amount of discussion, if you don't have enough amount of relevance to your study, you will not be able to write a proper, you will not be able to show significance of your study, meaning आपकी पेपर की वैल्यू कम हो जाती. Okay, रिसर्च पेपर की वैल्यू कम हो जाती. So write the discussion, then write a clear conclusion. ठीक है, अगर कंक्लूजन क्लियर रहना, इसका मतलब क्या है, व्हाट यू हैव ट्राइड टू अचीव एंड व्हाट डिड यू अचीव. ठीक है, व्हाट इज द वर्टिकल, हाउ डू यू कंक्लूड, वेयर आर द लिमिटेशंस ऑफ योर स्टडी, वेयर इज द फ्यूचर ऑफ योर स्टडी, कहाँ कहाँ अप्लाई कर सकते हो उसको, और कहाँ कहाँ आपकी स्टडी के लिमिट्स थे. मे बी यू कैन टेल दैट, सी आई ओनली हैव एक्सेस, आई ओनली हैड एक्सेस टू सो एंड सो पेशेंट्स, आई ओनली हैड एक्सेस टू सो एंड सो जेंडर, आई ओनली हैड एक्सेस टू दिस हॉस्पिटल. If I had, let's suppose, more access, or if I had more time, all of that, you can give the future of the study, और आगे कहाँ पर research कर सकते, वो पूरा आप conclusion में include कर सकते. Okay, if you are supporting one particular subject, or if you are supporting one particular idea, you can give evidence for that idea in this conclusion, how your study helped in that idea, how your study proved that idea. Okay, whatever idea you are performing the study on, then write a compelling write a compelling introduction. ठीक है, आपका introduction is literally like the face of your paper. ठीक है, if your introduction and your abstract are not good, no one will read your paper. It should be interesting. See, any good introduction will have a few questions. ठीक है, you have to ask yourself a few questions. The questions will be, what is the problem that is solved. क्या problem solve कर रहा है आपका पेपर. ठीक है, प्रॉब्लम क्या है जिसके ऊपर आप पेपर बना रहे. ठीक है, there should be some problem or some particular topic on which you are making the paper. ठीक है, that is the first question. Second question, is there any solution to that topic, is there already any pre-existing solution to that topic. Then which existing solution is the best, what are the main limitations of those of that solution. So for example, if I take one problem, we do not have enough amount of energy sources. For example, we are not using all the energy sources. My complaint is that we are not using, as humans, we are not using all the available energy sources to our best disposal. ठीक है, to the best of our abilities. अब existing solutions क्या है? We can use solar. Other than just fossil fuels, we can also use solar. You can also use hydropower. You can use solar. I'm only given an example. Okay, that is one existing solution. That is the best solution. Solar is one of the best solution because it is basically untapped, unlimited energy. What is the main limitation of that? Solar cells are not exactly that easily available, and they tend to be quite expensive. Okay, that is the limitation. And the last question will be, what do you hope to achieve with this study, and what do you hope to achieve with this paper? How are you highlighting? Let's suppose I am writing a paper in support of solar panels, even though they are more expensive. I am supporting the cause where maybe academic institutions, offices, MNCs, establishments like this will start using solar panels, and will start using solar energy for their energy consumption and for their energy usage, so that electricity demands can be decreased, and it will be helpful for your environment as well. Okay, that is what I'm hoping to achieve with this paper. That is my thesis, and that is my vertical idea behind writing the scientific paper and scientific article. Okay, then write the abstract, a short summary of the whole paper. That is your abstract. Synopsis, abstract, both of them are the same. Then you have to uh, compose a concise and descriptive title. Now that you have gone through the whole figures, methods, result, discussion, you have written the conclusion, you have written the introduction, and you have summarized the data, it will be very easy for you to write the title. A title which is properly displaying the contents that are the reader is about to read in the paper. Okay? Your title should represent the whole of the paper very well. Okay? In a concise manner. The Title itself should not be equal to one para. Neither should be, neither should it be only one word or two words. Okay, it should completely encompass what your article is saying in a very concise manner. All right. Then select keywords. Select keywords for indexing. Now, if you have ever seen a textbook, I'm sure till now you have seen textbooks, and at the end of the textbook, एक index बोल के लिखा हुआ रहता, and under that index there will be several keywords which are mentioned inside the book. The same way, in one particular article, let's suppose that article is worth some 3-4 pages, okay, and I want to try to find out some specific keywords that are mentioned there. Let's suppose I'm trying to find out uh, क्या बोलते हैं, there is one particular drug, यही same example ले लो, X drug being used in AIDS. यहाँ पर the name of X drug and AIDS, both of them will be key terms. Okay, sometimes the patient population, that can be key terms. Whatever keywords that you identify in that particular article which you are writing, those should be indexed at the end, so that the reader knows that wherever ये words repeat हो रहे हैं, उसके page numbers बाजू लगा देते हैं. If the reader wants to directly go to that page number, let's suppose एक paper has more than 3-4 papers. अब आपके textbook में almost hundreds of papers रहते हैं. In that, let's suppose you are trying to find one keyword. For example, you are trying to find out the keyword of one particular disease in a pathology textbook. Okay, it will be easier if you have an index. If the author has made an index, उन्होंने क्या करते हैं? For example, let's suppose that disease is flu. ठीक है, influenza. Influenza के बाजू, let's suppose it is a 1000-page book, and उसके बाजू उन्होंने लिख देते हैं 75, 560 to 565. ठीक है, इसका मतलब क्या है? ये टेक्स्ट बुक के एंड पर रहता, इसका मतलब ये है द वर्ड फ्लू is coming in the textbook at page number 75 and it has been explained in 560 to 565 page numbers. Okay, you will find the whole chapter in 560 to 565 and you will find the mention of that word in 75th page number. You can have several more page numbers like this. The same way, एक paper में, research paper में, keywords are very important, because if any reader, let's suppose the reviewer or the editor of that journal in which you are trying to publish, that fellow is trying to find the keywords. Okay, this fellow is telling about this topic, no, let me try to find out keywords. It will be very essential, you know, ये topic के बारे में ऐसा ऐसा लिखे बोल के पता चल जाता. Then write the acknowledgements. Acknowledgements are basically who do you want to thank for the paper, who helped you. So something like people who are funding your research, or people who are giving you grant or fellowship, या फिर people who have helped you in the process of writing the paper. You can even share credit. That is not exactly acknowledgement. Credit share कर रहे बोले तो वो paper में ही आ जाता. But let's suppose people who have helped you during your study, or people who have helped you in proofreading, okay, all of that will come under acknowledgements. Then lastly, write the references. अब रेफरेंसेस या बिब्लियोग्राफी शुड नॉट बी एक्सेसिव. ठीक है, आप जो साइटेशंस डालेंगे, अब मैं एक स्टडी अगर पढ़ा तो उसको मैं साइट करता हूँ अपने इसमें. साइटेशन इज द स्पेलिंग. ओके, साइटेशन एंड साइट. ठीक है, इन लोगों का मतलब ये है, अब समझो अंकिता पब्लिश्ड अ पेपर फॉर एग्जांपल. ठीक है, Ankita published a paper, Deepika published a paper, Avila published a paper, and Dikshit published a paper. 4 different papers are there, and all of them worked on one particular topic which I have an interest in. Let's suppose all of them worked on the topic of hypertension. Okay, example. Let's suppose all of them published each one paper related to some topic in hypertension. So one fellow, Ankita, did it in hypertension in young children. Avila did hypertension in young adults. Okay, because of whatever condition, I'm only giving you an example. Deepika did it in hypertension in diabetes patients, and Dikshit did it in hypertension in older individuals. I, as a different researcher, I am interested in hypertension topic as such. So I am trying to compile that data and I am trying to make another article. उसमें मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, उसमें आई कैन साइट देयर आर्टिकल। मतलब क्या है, आई एम रीडिंग अंकिता's पेपर, आई एम रीडिंग अविला's पेपर, आई एम रीडिंग ऑल ऑफ देयर पेपर्स एंड आई एम मेंशनिंग देयर पेपर एज अ रेफरेंस इन माय पेपर। ठीक है, मेरे ओन रिसर्च आर्टिकल में आई एम साइटिंग देयर आर्टिकल, उसको साइटेशन बोलते हैं। ऑन दैट एक्ट इज कॉल्ड, द एक्ट ऑफ साइटेशन इज कॉल्ड साइटिंग। ठीक है, साइट करना बोलते हैं या साइटेशन बोलते हैं। नाउ whenever you are writing references, you have to make sure that you are only putting relevant citations. Okay, you should it does not indicate that any manuscript का मतलब वो है जो unpublished data को manuscript बोलते हैं। You can write off all of this, and if it is not published it will be a manuscript। कोई भी author who is writing a textbook or who is writing a novel, let's suppose, if they do not publish it, that will be a manuscript। ठीक है, any manuscript will not become more credible if it has more references। only specific references and pinpoint references are required। आप 1000-2000 references लगा के कोई point नहीं है। if you have 30 to 40 proper references, proper source materials, now it is impossible for you to read 1000 papers, so it is kind of ridiculous to put so many references as well। if you are just put references which for those papers which you are actually reading completely, understanding and taking information from, which will be not more than generally 30-40। उससे बढ़ के references नहीं use करते आप। ठीक है, very rarely if you have certain papers which are going into a lot of detail, that is when you use a lot of references, and they themselves have several diversions and they themselves have several branches। उसमें use कर सकते maybe, but still it will definitely not go, it should not go beyond 100। okay, in normal papers तो 50 के ऊपर भी नहीं जाता। see, there is no correlation between if number of references are high the paper is more credible, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है। ठीक है, you can have only 10-15 references, but those references if they are thoroughly read and if they are proper in the sense that the author of that reference, अब मैं जहाँ से reference ले रहा हूँ, let's suppose that author of that reference is very very credible, he's a good author and he has authority in the field, उसका reference का value ज़्यादा रहता। ठीक है, things like that। now this is how you write a research paper। okay, I hope you understood। if you have doubts please let me know। this is very similar to how to write a research report, but a research report is written based on the research paper when you're presenting a research paper। all right, then we'll move on to critical review of published research। critical review of, now इसमें क्या कर रहे हैं आप, this is basically to evaluate strengths and weaknesses of an article। ठीक है, the ideas it has and the content it has, you're basically rating or reviewing one particular paper। ठीक है, let's suppose you are an editor, you can be an editor or you can be a simple person who is trying to read the article and trying to find out how good that article is। ठीक है, is it credible, कितना अच्छा है, does it cover, I'll explain what all, how you perform a critical review। ठीक है, it will provide a proper descriptive analysis, it will also provide an interpretation of that will allow readers to assess the value of that particular article, how good that article is in that particular field। ठीक है, now there are a few things that you need to keep in mind। now before you read the article, you have to do a few things before you read the article। now first of all, what are the expectations when you read a title। मतलब आप जब research paper देखेंगे and you read the title, what are the expectations that the title leads you to। ठीक है, what will you expect when you read the title, that is the first question। second, uh, study the subheadings। ठीक है, subheadings and try to understand the organization of the content, how well has the author tried to organize his content, is there a logical format to it या ऐसा ही haphazardly डाल दिए without any proper organization। read the abstract। ठीक है, the abstract will give you a summary of the author's arguments, what is the author trying to prove, what is the author trying to say, or is he trying to dispel a myth। ठीक है, all of that। then study the list of references, specifically if are those references, are any of those references recent। ठीक है, नया रिसर्च को इंडिकेट कर रहे हैं क्या वो, or do they represent any important work in the field? There might be several research papers in any particular topic, but some of them are more credible than the others. For example, in the कैसा बोलना, for example in the field of evolution, ठीक है, there have been several research papers, but the work of Darwin was very important, ठीक है. Evolution was essentially one the brainchild of Darwin, but in the sense that he pointed it out. But see, you can understand यहाँ पर his work is much more credible, even though it is old, it is much more credible. Has that been cited in this paper which you are reviewing? ठीक है. इमेजिन आप एक होटल को जाके आप बाद में जोमेटो पे रिव्यू लिख रहे हो उसका. दिस इज सिमिलर टू दैट बट अ लिटिल मोर डिटेल ओरिएंटेड एंड मोर डिटेल इंटेंसिव. ठीक है. यू हैव टू लुक एट सेवरल मोर माइन्यूट डिटेल्स व्हेन यू आर रीडिंग एन आर्टिकल. ठीक है. आपके जो रेफरेंसेस उसमें आ रहे वो रेफरेंसेस रीसेंट है या नहीं है, इसलिए इंपॉर्टेंट रहता क्योंकि इट विल इंडिकेट दैट दैट रिसर्च टॉपिक और द प्रॉब्लम दैट द रिसर्चर हैज बीन ट्राइंग टू सॉल्व, इट इज स्टिल इन द माइंड ऑफ पीपल एंड इट इज स्टिल अ बिग प्रॉब्लम फॉर द वर्ल्ड एंड दे आर ट्राइंग टू सॉल्व इट, थिंग्स लाइक दैट. ठीक है. देन रीड अबाउट द ऑथर, read whether they are credible, read the authority they hold in that field, how good they are, things like that. Okay. And see if the writers have cited other writers have cited the author's work. Meaning अब generally क्या करते हैं, एक research paper के बाजू, let's suppose Avila has published one particular paper. ठीक है. मैं इनका नाम लिख देता हूँ and beside that I will write that research paper's name XYZ and उसके बाजू let's suppose I am writing the number 10. ठीक है. वो 10 का मतलब ये है कि 10 different people have cited her paper in their article. 10 different people have used Avila's paper as a reference in their research. It can be anyone. ठीक है. XYZ paper का नाम है, उसके बाजू citations लिख देते. ठीक है. These are citations. ठीक है. These will basically indicate the number of times that paper has been referenced. That paper का reference use करके कोई और अपना paper लिखे. ठीक है. So try to find out whether the paper that you are reading उसको कोई cite करे क्या नहीं करे. ठीक है. Basically that will indicate how good that paper is indirectly. Okay. Then those are the points that you have to see before you read. Right. Then points to consider while reading. If you have doubts, please stop me. If you want me to repeat any particular area, if you're not understanding something, please feel free to stop me. Now, as I was telling you, while reading, do one thing. You have to make notes. Okay. Read the article very carefully and notes. Make notes बाजू में. ठीक है. While you are reading the article, your own notes. And you also make sure that wherever you're trying to make quotations, मतलब let's suppose some ex-author, okay, some ex-author has said something about something. ठीक है. He is telling that hypertension is dangerous. Okay. For example, I'm giving you one example here. That author, ex-author, has told that hypertension is a dangerous disease. This is a quote given by that author. तो आप क्या कर सकते हैं, आप अपने नोट्स में ये भी लिख सकते हैं. If you're trying to quote it later on, you can write it down. This para, this particular part of the article, this quote was written by X person. ठीक है. The author of that article. So notes will be helpful in this while reading the article, and make sure that you read the article very thoroughly and record your impressions. What did you feel while reading the article? Each and every paragraph, each and every part of the article. Now the things that you need to consider while reading the article. Who is the audience? कौन सी audience को ये cater कर रहा. ठीक है. Purpose क्या था author का? What is the purpose of the author? Is he trying to solve a problem? Is he trying to bust a myth? Is he trying to streamline a solution? ठीक है. Streamline a process, maybe make it easier, make it more efficient. क्या करना चाह रहे थे author? Then third, are important terms defined? Terminologies बल्कि एक अलग section रहता completely. उसमें author क्या करते हैं? Any complex terms or any vertical terms which might be unfamiliar to people, उसका मीनिंग लिख देते. ठीक है. You will write that term and you will write the meaning. For example, I am writing I am using the term PAF a lot in my paper. नीचे terminologies में I will write down PAF के बाजू platelet activating factor. I'm just giving an example, okay? Platelet activating factor. In the whole paper I'm abbreviating, this is technically come under abbreviations, but you get the point, ठीक है? या आप ऐसा भी लिख सकते हैं. For example, you are writing platelet activating factor several in several places of the paper, and in terminologies you are writing platelet activating factor and you are writing what does it do, ठीक है? वैसा has the author mentioned that. Basically you are seeing how easy that author has made the paper easy to read for everyone, ठीक है? कितना easy रहता पढ़ने के लिए. You have to write down what do you call, is the information in the article fact or opinion? The difference is that fact can be verified, opinions are generally derived from facts, ठीक है? I am giving one fact. I am telling that let's suppose I am telling excessive eating, excessive eating नहीं, हाँ ठीक है, I am telling that excessive eating will lead to obesity, ठीक है? That is a fact. अब excessive eating beyond your caloric limit leads to obesity if you are not controlling it, or gain in weight simply, ठीक है? The opinion that I get from that is people who eat extra amount of food have a higher risk of developing diabetes. That is an opinion that I am inferring from the fact that people who eat a lot have obesity or they become overweight, ठीक है? एक फैक्ट अलग है, एक ओपिनियन अलग है. अब आपका इंफॉर्मेशन जो आर्टिकल में है वो फैक्ट्स दे रहा है या ओपिनियंस दे रहा, वो भी लिखना पड़ता. आप क्रिटिकल रिव्यू में यू आर क्लियरली रिव्यूइंग एवरीथिंग, ठीक है, ईच एंड एवरी डिटेल. जो इंफॉर्मेशन आर्टिकल में मेंशन्ड है, इज दैट प्रॉपर्ली रिसर्च्ड? Are the references given are they credible? And is that research that the author of the article has done वो credible है नहीं है, ठीक है? What are the central conclusions? How is the author concluding his information? How is the author what kind of arguments the author giving? Are they clearly stated? Is it supported by any evidence या ऐसी हवा में बात कर रहे हैं? Okay, the conclusion that the article is stating or the argument that the what do you call article is making, is that backed by evidence? अगर उन्हें experiment कर रहे हैं तो वो experiment properly correlate हो रहा क्या वो conclusion से, ठीक है? Then if the article reports any experiment or study, is the methodology and what do you call expected result outlined? Meaning, have they clearly mentioned the expected result and methodology that they have followed in the study and experiment? Okay, you have to find that out. Then, is there any lacking information that you expected to find in that paper? अब उनका let's suppose उनका article is claiming something. Their article is claiming that let's suppose they are telling how should I put it? Cigarette smoking is bad for health. Let's suppose the article or the title of that paper is cigarette smoking is bad for health. अब उसके अंदर अगर उन्होंने कोई experiment करे and if they found any results, are those results credible and relatable to that title? Do they match? ठीक है, जो methods उन्होंने use करे वो match हो रहे क्या? Then जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है पेपर का वो करेक्ट है नहीं है, लॉजिकल है नहीं है, या ऐसा ही डाल दिए जिधर बोले उधर. Okay, is it easy to follow? And is the writer's style easy to understand? Is it what do you call correlated with the intended audience? इसका मतलब क्या है? Now I as a student I am reading that paper, or let's suppose someone else as a professor is reading that article. ये academics के लिए जो आप article लिखे, is that suited, or is the language very complicated, unnecessarily complicated है क्या? Generally what happens is people who tend to write articles, research articles, they tend to unnecessarily complicate data, ठीक है? ज़्यादा fancy words and all use करते हैं, ज़रूरत नहीं है उसकी. All right, you need to make sure that the data that you are giving is easy to understand. ठीक है? Anyone should be able to understand it with basic knowledge. Let's suppose I'm talking about one particular disease. Even if I have a moderate understanding of the disease, I should be able to follow along with the article. It should not be so that I'm not understanding anything in the article. ठीक है? It should basically आप कोई भी article लिखे तो ऐसा देखना कि you are catering to a wide audience with that. ठीक है? It is easier. Let's suppose you are writing it with a simple language. That article can be understood by students as well as academics. If you are writing it in a very complicated way, and if you are writing making it very hi-fi, only certain population can read that. Let's suppose only PhD people can read that, or only people who are delving into research can read that. Everyone will not be able to read that. Okay? So you have to see that as well. Is it unnecessarily complicated or is it simple to read? Is the author's language objective, or are they involving any emotional bias? ठीक है? Are they partial towards some particular cause? ठीक है? वो भी देखना पड़ता है आपको. आप जो language use कर रहे हैं article में, is it biased? And are the charts and illustrations that are present, are they represented effectively? जो data आप दे रहे हैं उसको properly represent कर रहा नहीं कर रहा, जो charts and illustrations दिखा रहे. ठीक है? So those are all the points that you need to keep in mind while reading the article, and you need to answer these questions on the side. इसलिए notes लिखना बोला मैं. ठीक है? You write down these questions and you write the notes of these questions. Is the article complying with these questions? कैसा, how is it performing on these questions? Then you have to prepare an outline. ठीक है? आउटलाइन प्रिपरेशन में क्या करते हैं आप? अपने नोट्स पढ़ते, रीड योर नोट्स. ठीक है? चूज अ स्टेटमेंट दैट विल एक्सप्रेस द सेंट्रल पर्पस और थीसिस ऑफ योर रिव्यू. ठीक है? आप जो रिव्यू लिख रहे हैं उसका सेंट्रल प्लॉट एंड सेंट्रल पर्पस जो है उसका एक स्टेटमेंट चूज करो. Discard everything else, eliminate all unrelated data that is not related to the thesis. Okay? And make sure that you organize everything that is related, all the remaining points that are related to the article, make sure that you organize them properly. After that you can start writing a draft. Basically what you call clumped information को पहले you are categorizing them into whether it is relevant or it is irrelevant. Then whatever is irrelevant you are removing that, and in whatever is relevant you are organizing the data. After you start organizing the data you can start writing the first draft of your review. Okay? Now we'll continue with writing the first draft tomorrow. Right? I hope you guys are following along till here.